Hello everyone, Miss Carrie here. Today I've got a super fun, simple project for you. We're making this adorable paper purse gift box, which is perfect for Mother's Day or any special occasion. Isn't it cute? It's just the right size for a gift card, chocolates, or a small treat. Before we get started with the project, let's take a look at the supplies we're going to be using today. I'm going to be using Encore textured cardstock from 12x12 Cardstock shop. When you order the full pack, you get this great list of all of the colors on the back, so that if you ever want to reorder a color, you know exactly which one to get. This cardstock is great for cutting machines, die cutting, folding, card making, and scrapbooking. I did mention that this is a solid core cardstock, which means you won't see the white edge when you're tearing the cardstock or cutting it with a die or cutting machine. If you decide that you want any of these cardstock colors I'm using, I have added links to the 12x12 Cardstock shop down in the description below. As always, I will bring in a few additional supplies. I encourage you to use what you already have in your craft stash, but if you would like a list of the items I'm using, one has been provided for you in the description below. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the project. I'm going to start with a piece of Glacier melt cardstock that has been cut to 5.5 inches by 6.5 inches. I'm going to place the 6.5 inch side across the top of my trimmer. You could also use a scoreboard for this. I'm going to score this at 2 3/4, 3 1/4, and 3 3/4. Now we're going to rotate it so that the 5.5 inch side is at the top. I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 4.5, and 5. I'm going to use a bone folder to burnish all of the folds. I'm going to fold them all in towards the center. Using a bone folder will make these score lines nice and crisp and help everything fold neatly later on. Along the edges, you'll see small sections between your score lines. On the outer sections, cut up to the second score line. I like to trim small little angles on the tabs. This is going to reduce the bulk when we're folding and makes it easier to glue. I'm going to repeat these cuts on the opposite side. If you are familiar with building boxes, these are the small little tabs that will go in towards the center and hold everything together. Next, we're going to trim away some small pieces along the bottom flaps to remove bulk from the corners. This step could be skipped, but by trimming the excess cardstock, the finished box is going to look more clean and polished. I'm going to use some blue Lagoon glitter cardstock for a little sparkle. I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 2 1/4 inches by 3.5. Before assembling the box, we're going to decorate the outside. It's easier to decorate it while the purse is still flat. When you're working with this glitter paper, make sure that you're using an adhesive that has enough grip. It does have a slicker surface on the back. Liquid glue and double-sided tape worked best for me. All right, let's build our little purse. I'm going to add adhesive on the inside of this skinny tab here. I'm going to fold these small side tabs in, bring up the back panel, and secure this in place. Try not to get any adhesive on those small tabs. If you do, the purse isn't going to fold in like it's supposed to on the sides. I used liquid glue so that I had a little bit of wiggle room for adjustments, but you could use double-sided tape or red line tape. Make sure you press and hold firmly until everything sets. Now every purse needs a handle, so I cut a strip of Glacier Melt cardstock at 1/2 inch by 12 inches. I'm going to add a little liquid glue to each end and attach the handles to the back portion of the side panels. You don't want to put them in the center because then the purse won't fold properly. Now for 3D projects like this, I always recommend a strong adhesive like a sturdy glue or a red line tape. If you wanted to, you could decorate this handle with a strip of the glitter paper, some stamped images, or some ribbon or twine. All right, now that our bag is complete, we're going to decorate the front. I just grabbed a flower and some leaves that I had sitting in my stash. The leaves were cut from, I believe this is tea green, which is a really bright green, and it's a great contrast against that blue Lagoon glitter paper in the back. I am cutting apart a few of these leaves and just layering everything in place with some foam tape. The foam tape stuck really well to this glitter cardstock. I love when I don't have to worry about getting some special adhesive to adhere items to my glitter paper. To finish it off, I'm going to create a simple tag. I have cut a strip of snowy white cardstock at 3/4 of an inch wide. To create the rounded top, I'm just tracing a glue bottle. You could use any dies or cutting machine images that you have for this, but I just grabbed what was sitting on my desk. I'm going to add some little chevrons at the base and mark a spot for a hole at the top. I'm just going to punch this real quick, and then I'm going to write a little sentiment here. I'm just going to write the word mom, but you could add to, from, Happy Mother's Day, or any other sentiment that fits your occasion. I'm going to attach this with some blue and white twine here at the top. Now I'm just going to add a few items inside. I'm going to pop in a couple of little chocolates and a coffee gift card, because every mother needs coffee, right? And here we have it, a beautiful little gift box made with love, and it can be used for more than just Mother's Day. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to head on over to the 12x12 cardstock shop and check out all of the items that I shared with you today. My affiliate link can be found down in the description below. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see what you create.